Hi, first grade friends. I am today going to go over some information about your animal report. And so I have a slideshow that is going to give us some information. How to take notes. Obviously, if we were in the classroom, we would be doing much of this together. But since we are not, we have to do it this way. Okay, so if you logged on to How to Get on My Own and saw that, you would know that I decided to do armadillos. Now, one thing that I want to request of you is that you don't do armadillos. Okay, I want everybody to find out something about an animal they really want to research, but to not use the things that I did. Okay, so friends, we have on our introduction, it asks some questions. Each of these boxes here for the introduction, background, characteristics, diet and habitat, jaw-dropping facts, and conclusion have some questions that you will need to answer, and those would become your notes. So, specifically, it tells you introduction that, and it's awfully small for me. Let me see if I can get it bigger here. Okay, this should be the topic of the report in an interesting way so that it encourages the reader to read further. And friends, if you remember back to when we were writing nonfiction text or informational books, we would always start with, today I want to teach you about, and whatever fact finding information you wanted to provide, you would do that. But we also talked about how we would try to get our readers' attention a little bit more, and many of you figured out you could use a question. Okay, let's take a look. So these are some of the notes that I took. I can actually get them a little bit bigger here so that you can see them. You're also going to see that I changed some notes. So here we have ancient armadillos. This is what I'm going to put in my introduction. I was able to read one of my Mayan books about ancient armadillos. And even though it didn't give me any information about modern day armadillos, I found that it was very interesting that armadillos lived in ancient times. And they were called, oh, you know what? I put this in my booklet, Dedicarus. And guess what? They were 5 feet tall. That's as tall as I am, but they weighed 1 ton. And I was so fascinated by that information. I thought that would be good to put in my introduction. So I went over to background and I found out, it wants to know what kind of an animal is this? So this classification, or what type of animal is it? It also wants to know how long it lives and anything that you would want to include that doesn't fall into some of the other categories. So while you're taking notes, you might find that you find a really interesting fact, but it really just doesn't go with characteristics or diet or habitat. It's not a jaw-dropping fact, but it's something you would want to include in your background. You can see that I found it was a mammal. They usually live about 10 years old, and they're shy animals, and they're also nocturnal. You know what? I also had found something about where they lived, and then I realized, oh, I needed to put those facts down here in habitat. So you can see that I erased them a little bit. So, characteristics, and I want you to notice with my notes, friends, they are not incomplete sentences. They are just little interesting fact, okay? Most are size of a large cat. They are 9 to 16 pounds, small head, long snout. They have thick skin, and that thick skin is called the carapace. And some can get to be 5 feet long, okay, including their tail. So you can see I was able to take notes about their diet. I found out they eat lots of different things, okay. Let me go to my next slide here. My next slide was just the differences. Jaw-dropping facts are going to be just some things that you kind of go, wow, when you read them, okay. I found out their babies are called pups, and I think that's interesting because since they are the size of large cats, I kind of thought maybe they would be called a kit or something like that. They can jump in the air and then they run away and they run into their burrow, and that's when they're scared or they're being chased by a predator. Conclusion, you know what? The conclusion needs to have something that's kind of fun too. Okay, okay? And I found out they can roll themselves into a ball. So I want to include that in my conclusion. Now that you have your notes done, remember notes are going to be not incomplete sentences. But when we get ready to write our notes into our report, we need to change those into complete sentences by adding the who or the what, and then maybe even adding some other facts. How to use your notes to write your report now. Let's take a look. So now I have my notes. I'm going to get ready and I'm going to do my all about page. This is going to be my title page. Remember, I want to make sure I have a nice, good picture. I didn't have a chance to color it, but you will have a chance to go ahead and color it. I wanted to make sure that I got something done for you. So, all about armadillos. I put my name on it. And guess what? I have a table of contents, but it doesn't have anything in it yet. Because if you'll notice this little note up here, it says wait until the end to complete. Okay, so I do know what my topics are going to be. I might not want to put them in the same exact order as my note sheet. I think many of you will. But introduction was the first thing. Remember, background was the second thing. So I would probably put background on this one. But I don't want to number my pages until I'm completely done writing because, I found that probably on that diet and habitat notes, I bet I'm going to use 2 pages for that. I have so many notes there. So I have a couple of examples of some pages that I've written. I have an introduction. I didn't do a picture yet, but I would want to go back and do a picture for each of my picture pages here. So I'm going to put that subtitle up here at the top, introduction. And then here is what I wrote to get your attention. Did you know that armadillos lived in ancient times? I just realized I didn't spell ancient right. I'd have to go back and edit that. They were called, here it is, Daedecoras. Daedecoras. Not quite as hard. And weighed 1 ton. I am going to teach you about armadillos. Okay, starting out with a question like that helps it make it interesting for the reader. Next up, I found background page, and some of the information that I have on here tells about what they do in the daytime and what they do at nighttime. So I split my picture so I could show you that when the sun is out, they're down in their burrow and they're sound asleep. But at nighttime, when the moon's out, that's when they're out hunting for food. Armadillos are nocturnal mammals. They are shy. They sleep during the day in their burrow. They hunt for food at night. Now, since this wasn't a page about what their diet is, I didn't want to include any of the food they eat. I just wanted to let you know when they hunt for that food. Okay, and then when I get to my diet page, I really won't have to tell you that because you already know. Okay, so friends, I've shown you 2 pictures of my book. Okay, I would still have to continue to work on my book until I get all of my pages done. I do want to show you that there are 2 different pages that you have in your packet. One of those pages is a picture page, okay, and it would be an introduction or it would be a subtitle page. So every time you start a new subtitle, your diet and your characteristics, your diet dash habitat, your jaw-dropping facts. Those are going to be what goes here. You need a picture that goes with each of your pages. So you have about, 6 lines to write on here. And you know what? Some of you are going to have more facts than just will fit on those 6 lines. So rather than doing a new picture page, I want you to go to just the writing pages. So say I'm writing about their diet and I'm telling about what they eat, and I go down here and I can't finish my sentence on this page. I don't want to get another one of these types of pages. I want to go and get just a writing pages, and then I can continue on about my animal's diet. And you know what? I may only use 1 line, I may use 2 or 3, or I might even use half of the page, but that's okay. Then when I'm ready to start my next subtitle, like characteristics, I'm going to go up here, I'm going to write characteristics. I'm going to start writing about the animal's characteristics and draw a picture that matches what I'm saying on my story and my report. Hey, friends, I am so excited for you to do this project. This is one of our funnest things that we get to do in first grade, and I hope you have as much fun doing it at home. We will be planning some times for you to present your story or present your report to anybody in the class that wants to join us. And we'll be doing that in the very, very last week of school, May 18th through the 21st. So, with that in mind, when you finish up your writing, I want you to practice it. I want you to practice going through and reading it to make sure that you can read it and do your presentation without any stops. Okay? Remember, moms and dads can help, but this really needs to be your writing so that you can read it. Okay? Sometimes moms and dads will tend to put bigger words into our reports than maybe we can read. So, really, friends, I want this to be your project. I want you to have a great time doing it and learning about an animal that maybe you don't know much about. Okay. So, friends, have a great day. I'm really looking forward to the last week of school where we can kind of have a final thing where we all get to see each other um, and give these reports. Hey, friends, have a great day. We'll see you later.